Hello to all my wonderful Taurians and happy Monday to you, and you. Hopefully you all had a great weekend and your start to today is wonderful because that's the intention you set. Of course, Taurus, let's get into it. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Taurians as it relates to every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions and spirituality, and where they need to take action. What information do we have for my logical, generous, and trustworthy, determined, understanding, kind, organized, patient, reliable, practical, devoted, responsible, stable gods and goddesses? That would be you, Taurus. The bulls, yes, ruling planet is Venus. You are a divine feminine sign. It doesn't matter how you identify, you are a nurturer. It doesn't matter if you identify as a man or woman, you are a nurturer by default. Make sure you don't nurture the wrong things. Let's get into it. Boom. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, Taurus. All right. I see money coming right out the cards, right out the deck, and justice in your favor. Oh, whoa. So we have 8 of Cups. We're also going to talk about aura today. We're not going to be talking about a number. We have 8 of Cups. So a lot of you all have really been through the fire with somebody. Could be a family member, could be a romantic interest, it could be a job or whatever. But you have walked away from it, right? You've been through the fire, you've been through everything. And the fire actually was a pure fire, but right now you're focused on self, right? Laser focused on self, which is amazing, 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 especially as a fixed sign. Kudos to you, Taurus, really, kudos to you. Also, we have the Knight of Pentacles, right? So you're a very hardworking person, earning your money, earning your coins. Yes, we also have the Queen of Swords, right, which is nice. You're taking your power back. We also have the Justice card, which is nice. And we also have the 4 of Cups. Yes. So listen. So some of you all have really, really walked away from you. Okay. So the energy that I'm getting when I pick up your cards here. So a lot of you all have just, like you've heard that saying, let go and let God. That's what this is right here. I mean, just in a nutshell, that's what this is. Let go and let God, right? So some of you all had been giving so much thought to something like over nurturing. Remember I said in the beginning of my reading, you're not going to over nurture anything anymore. That it was literally causing you to be upset with yourself. Like, okay, I am just sick and tired of being sick and tired of thinking about this thing over and over and over and over, and let's say it one more time, over again. Right? So moving towards a full moon, Taurus, this is a challenge for everybody. It's not just you, right? Some people are going to show their challenges by being very irritable and emotional, right? But the beautiful thing about a waxing gibbous moon is that a waxing gibbous moon actually challenges us, challenges every area of us, right? It challenges parts of us to see if we're ready to move into the next phase. So it's challenging our flexibility, if we're able to adjust to things. Are we able to redirect energy? That's what it's challenging, right? And so if you find yourself feel like you overthinking or over nurturing something, that's why. Waxing gibbous moon, moving towards this full moon. Full moon energy is great because full moon energy is, and this is why I said, and I'm going to keep saying it until, especially if you're a new subscriber to my channel, for an earth sign, touch is so powerful. Touch, like touching your skin is so powerful. And just remembering feeling grounded feels so powerful. So you're going to start really listening to your intuition and your body, your wisdom, right? Removing those cobwebs from the other places, the other placements in your spiritual house. Because you're a Taurus, your sun sign is your identity. And you open up the door, boom, Taurus, right? But then you got your moon, you got your rising, your Venus, and all the other placements, right? And so you got to you got to connect with other parts of yourself, right? Instead of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, say, okay, what part of me would easily adjust? Is it my moon sign? Is it my Venus? Is it my rising? What else can I focus on in the meantime, right? In the meantime, while I'm going through this healing process, what I really want you to focus on is you. Focus on yourself, Taurus, right now. This is a time where you're going to be selfless, like self-care. Selfless when it comes to yourself, right? right? Because you've been selfless when it's come to other people. And so this is where you're going to really start learning how to protect your energy. When I see justice card right here, I'm saying justice as in other people's karma. You're not sitting around waiting for somebody else's karma to happen. You just know it's already happening in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? You're just going to be focusing on working hard. You're like, you know what? I'm going to let go and I'm going to let God handle the situation. The God in me handle the situation, because it's going to take care of itself. You'd be surprised at what karma looks like for so many people. It doesn't look like a person that's falling down a flight of stairs, or that it's not always a horrible thing. There are people that's constantly evolving, right? Maybe with you, because you are on different frequencies, it just looks like, we just can't get this thing on track, right? We just really can't. I just don't get along with this coworker. It's just like, that's okay. You don't go to bed with that coworker. I mean, maybe some people do, but you don't. You're not going to bed with that coworker. You're not going to bed with that colleague. So listen, you only have how many hours out of the day working with that person? All right. So you make the best out of it. You already set your intentions when you get up in the morning. You say, hey, today's a great day, because that's the intention I set. I'm moving beyond this. There's no way I'm going to stay stuck in this place of waiting to see this thing happen to this person, right? Because that person could be evolving into the better, higher selves, right? So this is about extending grace, not only to yourself, but just allowing the universe to extend grace to other people, right? So yes, right. So a lot of times when people have hurt us, the immediate feeling sometimes is that they should hurt too, right? But healed people move very, very differently. A healed person is like, you know what? I already know that whatever they tried to do to me, they've already set in motion their own karma. So I'm not even going to worry about it. If I'm out of this situation, if I have left the situation, that's all the celebration I need, is that I left the situation. I'm still in my right mind. And this is about being in a posture of gratitude too, right? So yes. And this is about giving yourself the nurturing that, you know, maybe you were expecting somebody else to give you, but now you're able to just do it yourself. And on top of that, you're also focused on, and when I say nurturing, it could even come from family members. It could be, you know, family members that you feel like were maybe insensitive to you, or don't appreciate you, or talk to you a certain way, or did something to you, or whatever. It doesn't matter who the family member is. You're like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to be in any kind of abusive relationship or out of balance relationship. I'm going to focus on me, right? I'm a balance. And so the justice card doesn't always mean court justice, right? In this particular spread, what I'm seeing for you, Taurus, is now, because the justice card is attached to Libra. Libra is an air sign, right? You're just going to cut the air supply. See this sword right here? Let's pick this card up right here, because I only have two hands now. Okay, so you're going to take this sword right here and cut the air supply. Just end the relationship. Just cut it, right? It could be with a child. It could be with a cousin. It could be with, it doesn't matter who it is. You're just cutting that part off, because again, we got 4 planets that's retrograde. We got Pluto that's retrograde, encouraging everybody to declutter, right? Cut some of those feelings out, like, hey, listen, they're an adult. I'm talking about adult kids. They're an adult. I can't force them to do anything. I'm only a guide. I am not their God. So when I talk about gods and goddesses, I'm saying we're not someone else's God. We're not someone else's savior, Taurus. Get it? So again, we are guides. So I've guided them as much as I can guide. They're going to take the advice that I've given them. If they don't, hey, that's on them. They just have to deal with whatever karma they put out in the universe. If you were married to somebody who did some, you know, horrible, egregious things to you, then you say, okay, I got out of that situation with my life. Okay, I'm gonna celebrate the fact that I'm still in my right mind, and I got the courage to leave that situation. I'm done. I'm out of that situation. So being in a posture of gratitude, letting the karma that they created for themselves happen, but also completely cutting this air supply. Because remember, Libra is an air sign, right? And so, but Libra's ruling planet, even though Libra is divine masculine, and this is where you're taking that sword and you're cutting the air supply, but also Libra's ruling planet is a divine feminine sign, right? Yes, Venus. Yes. See? Just like you. Yes, you and Libra share Venus, right? So this is where you're going to cut the air supply of relationships that you've walked away from. This is a part of the readjustment, right? But then you're also Venus is really about love and creativity and all the things that you love to do. This is how you're going to nurture yourself, right? That's how you're going to heal. But in the meantime, you're also, again, air. You got that sword in your hand. You're being very cautious about how long you're staying in someone else's universe, right? We are gods of our own universe. And so you are monitoring the amount of time you're going to stay in someone else's universe. That's like going to someone else's house. Listen, here's the analogy. That's like going into someone else's house and telling them that you don't like their furniture, so they should change it. What kind of response you going to get? Maybe you'll get cussed out. Maybe somebody will tell you off and tell you to get the F out of their house, or maybe whatever it is. Or maybe they'll just say, you know what, very kindly, you should leave. This is my house, right? So that's like being in a relationship with a family member, a friend, a romantic interest, or whatever, and you're in their space, right? And you're trying to tell them how they should be. If they're not ready to change, they may politely tell you to leave. Or they may act out and go off and curse and act, belligerent and wild and crazy, or whatever the case may be, because we're not someone else's God. It doesn't work like that, right? Yeah. So yes, you can only gently guide people, and action speaks louder than words. Like you walking out of their life, that spoke louder than anything you've been saying for years, right? It's like, I've been telling you for years, but you ain't want to listen. So hey, I'm gonna have to you got to start looking at the back of my head. Here we have the Five of Cups, because when you are trying to be someone else's God, you're trying to be someone else's savior, it will cause you to become depressed. I don't know anybody physically that jumped up on the cross and said, okay, nail my hands and my body to the cross so I can save this person, I'm going to sacrifice myself. But that's how it feels when you are trying to be someone else's God. It can feel like somebody drove stakes through your hands and through your feet. That's how it can feel. Because it's like, okay, no matter what I say or do. And so that's why people choose to manipulate people, right? And that's why people have chosen to try to manipulate you, Taurus. But again, you're not having it. You took that sword, you cut them off, and you just moved on with your life. That's right. You took your power and your emotional intellect back. Yes, I love it. We have Ace of Wands. And so when you cut that person out of your life, part of the decluttering process, guess what? You made room for something beautiful. Your intuition. Yes, is on fire. Some of you all have Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius in your chart as well. Very spiritual people, and that's how you became victorious. Yes, you took that sword and you said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this thing out of my life for good, and I'm not looking back this time. I'm only focusing on things that make me makes me feel emotionally better. Yes. Wonderful, 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 Taurus. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Matter of fact, when we talk about auras, right? So emotionally you feel better. And I'm also seeing financial independence for you, which is nice. And I see these things happening for you quickly. Why? Because you're doing the work. There's a lot of emotions in your cards, right? A lot of emotion, but there's also a lot of fire in your cards, right? So when we talk about aura, when we talk about aura, like, people say, when they first meet you, there's like, this person has an aura about them, or they has this glow about them. So our aura is like an energetic calling card, because it's the first thing that people sense when they meet you. This is where I want y'all to start listening to your bodies, Taurus. When you first meet somebody, your body is telling you something. Your heart is going bump, 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 like beating extra fast. This is like, and some of you all may misunderstand that as being, ooh, I met my love match. Or the hairs on the back of your neck may stand up, or your stomach may feel sick, or it may feel like, just got little, jumping around something in your stomach, like, like you have the jitters or whatever. I want you all to really, really start listening to your bodies, because we have 7 layers of our aura, right? So we have the first 3 that's closest to the body, right? That's the root chakra, that's the sacral chakra, and that's also the solar plexus chakra. We'll talk about a little bit about which one for you. It would be the root chakra, and in some cases the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra for women, root chakra for men. All right, so so you have the etheric, you have the emotional, and the mental subtle bodies that represents the lower chakras and the physical realm. Then you have the middle auric layer, which is connected to your heart chakra, and it serves as the gateway to the upper chakras and the divine energies, right? So we all know where the heart is. Then you have the 3 outermost auric layers with the etheric template. We have the celestial and the catheric subtle bodies that represent upper chakras and related to the spiritual realm. So when we talk about getting your chakras in alignment. This is very, very important, because for your etheric body, right, the root chakra, that is related to your primarily about your health and your tribe, like your soul tribe, like we talk about health being wealth, as well as your beliefs about both. Like for you, Taurus, this is so important for you to have the right tribe of people around you. They don't have to be in your they don't have to be blood relatives, but I'm talking about your tribe of people who just get you. Y'all are on the same frequency. That is so, so, so important to you. And so I want you to stay focused with that. And then also your health being wealth, right? Like really listening to what your body is trying to tell you. What is your body trying to tell you about this job opportunity? What is your body trying to tell you about this person? What is it your body trying to tell you about this place you want to go visit? Like, what is your body telling you? Listening to this largest organ, your skin. What is it trying to tell you about situations, right? So again, in this particular reading right here, I'm seeing financial independence for you, but I'm also seeing you using this sword to cut out things within you that don't serve your highest purpose. That's people, that's places, that's things. Anything that's triggering those bad emotions, those bad feelings on your skin. Like, what is your skin? I'm being around that person making me break out. I'm serious. Being around certain people really makes me break out. You got to listen to your skin. What is your skin telling you? I'm telling you, I met a person one time, and I'm going to close the reading out. I'm going to pull an oracle card. I met a person one time, Taurus, just tell you, every time they got into a relationship and they put something on their wedding finger, their finger would break out. I'm telling you, letting them know that was the wrong person. They got engaged 4 or 5 times to the wrong person. I'm serious. Y'all, okay. People better start listening. I'm telling people, start paying attention. We're not talking about because the jewelry was fake. We're just talking about it was the wrong person, the wrong people. Then boom, one day they met the right person. Fingers didn't break out. Nothing broke out on them. Just no problems whatsoever. So I'm telling you, you got to start listening to your body. You got to start listening to your body. But so yes, let's pull an oracle card and close out your reading. Look to the stars. Again, we are in a waxing gibbous moon. This is a time when you want to learn how to redirect your energy. You want to learn how to be flexible. And you also want to learn how to adjust very quickly. And take that sword and start cutting people out and start, and start paying attention. Start paying attention to your body. That's what I have for you, Taurus. My apologies for keeping you so long, but I got to get messages through to you all because you all are fixed signs, and I really, really want to help you live your absolute best life and get to this financial independence right here, this financial abundance, this financial independence, and being in the right healthy relationships. That's what I have for you, Taurus. Have a great day. Then again, I know you will, because that's the intention you set, right? Yes. Bye.